We have such high goals for this coming year that it's going to be incredible, but you'll start seeing things in the next quarter. Full transparency. Like, even just next month, we are going to be hosting a 3-day virtual event that is going to be it's going to be bananas. It's going to be
Hello, you're listening to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Brandon Elliott. This show will be going over all aspects of real estate investing and is intended to educate, motivate, and prepare you to take action on your first or next real estate investment. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Thank you for listening and enjoy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Brandon Elliott. Excited to be here with you guys today. Ho, ho, ho. It is the season, holiday season. By the time you guys hear this for the actual recording when it's live, this will be Monday. It will be the week of Christmas, and it is such a rejoicing time. Like, a lot of us are slowing down. A lot of us are starting to get ready for 2026. And what I can tell you is years prior, I would do exactly the opposite. I would go hard. And it's such an opportunity for so many out there that are grinding, working while others are slowing down. It's an incredible opportunity to make the most out of it, capitalize off of the opportunities. While others are slowing down, you can step it up. And I've always done that typically. And this year, it's not like I'm going to completely lay down and, wait a couple weeks until the holidays are over, but I'll definitely still be doing some work. But we do have Jen's family coming in. We're excited to be with family. We're excited to rejoice and kind of just settle down a little bit, relax a little bit, and get prepared for 2026. Technically, we already are like ready and prepared. We got a lot of things behind the scenes that we're working on right now. 2026 is going to be the best year yet. We are fully confident and prepared for that. 2025 was a hell of a time. It was a hell of a time. It wasn't a bad time. For many out there, it was devastating. People lost businesses, people lost jobs, inflation, the economy, the market, real estate. There's a lot of things to sit back with and like, man, this year sucked, or this was tough. This was a difficult season, but it is a season, and this too shall pass. And so we are very blessed, very gifted to be not just afloat, but thriving and profiting and doing all the things good. And so I wanted to give you guys a couple updates on what's taken place, because I haven't given you any updates in a while. But we got done our EOS meeting a few weeks ago. That was incredible. We, as a leadership team for Credit Counsel Elite, we came together, we deep dive and talked about the tough things, the issues that we had. We wrote down 136 issues, and we IDS them, identified, and broke it all down. So IDS is identify, discuss, and solve. And so we were just breaking all this down and really, moving mountains for a better terminology. Like, we have such high goals for this coming year that it's going to be incredible, but you'll start seeing things in the next quarter. Full transparency. Like, even just next month, we are going to be hosting a 3-day virtual event that is going to be it's going to be bananas. It's going to be one of the best things that we've put on thus far. And full transparency, we put on, not in a biased opinion, I could care less. Like, I've been a part of a ton of events. I've participated and we've hosted. We put a damn good event on. And I'm very proud to say that. And so I'm excited to be able to pour into more people virtually. And so if you are hearing this, if you haven't been to one of our events in the past, or you're just trying to get a recap of what the heck we got going on, then, and you're on the fence of Credit Counsel Elite, or you're not prepared and ready yet, that is an opportunity that you will soak up a ton of value over those 3 days, and you're going to want to be a part of that. So be on the lookout in the next few weeks when we launch dates and give you access to purchasing your ticket for that. It should be under $200 and most likely under $100, but there will be some VIP packages that will definitely make sense and be desirable. So be on the lookout for that. Just got done selling our New Jersey property. Throughout the whole year, we sold, especially in the spring and summer, we sold all of our Ohio properties. We just got done selling our New Jersey property. We are only in San Diego now. We have a partnership over in Arizona, but besides that, we are only in San Diego at this point, and we are converting all of our short-term rentals over to long-term rentals. And let me tell you the pros and cons with that. It's been a blessing, but also a struggle. The last couple marketing companies that we've had in the past, those were for short term, and nobody's going to care more about your product, your future, your finances more than yourself, right? We know this to be true, but you can hire on excellent individuals to really be able to over deliver, right? And do it better than you, ideally. Well, the couple individuals that we did have, with the market changing, it did make it difficult. It wasn't as easy breezy as it was in the past. And, maybe what initially got some of these companies successful. And so as the market's changing and so forth, they're not adapting with it. The struggle city left and right. So we switched to this idea of doing long term. And I still believe it's going to be the best fit, but there's certain times that I am wrestling with it because we did a hell of a lot of due diligence to find the one and only company that we believe is going to help, satisfy a lot of our burdens, right? And take this stuff off of our hands. We had some new tenants move in right away on one of our properties that were about to start doing the ground up construction on, because we got permits approved to start building 3 units on a property we already have 1 unit on, like 1 house, right? We're gonna convert the garage and we're gonna build 2 in the back. And so, disclosed everything, communicated everything, and then these tenants that moved in, they young guys, ChatGPT wizards, they moved in November 14th. We attempt to start on December 1st to actually start doing the ground up construction, and tenants wouldn't let the construction crew on the property. They wouldn't let them. They said, nope, we're not doing it, and this is what it is. And so they basically started getting into a demand with the property management company about the overall monthly rent. And so they were asking for 60% off, a bunch of nonsense. And I really just wanted to step in there because I don't play any games like that. But here in California, the games are very serious because, yeah, I mean, anything at any time could, taking things to court, it wouldn't matter. It could, even if we have all the documentation, they could still play games and the judge could see it a different way. And so it is a crazy circumstance living out here in San Diego, and that's another reason why so many people say not to have rentals out here. But I do believe in the market out here. I do believe in the community in certain aspects, and we're hoping and praying that, these won't just be profitable, they will be protected and kind of anointed, and something that we'll be able to bless down to other kids and family members in the future. But after a gruesome about 10 days of going back and forth, basically, they were able to get about 1,000 or 1,200 bucks off, something like that. And that isn't what I initially approved. I approved 400 to 600 max with the property management company. So that was the frustrating part, that they went above and beyond and credited almost double that. However, it is one of those circumstances that, I don't want to, if I can save time, it's all about elevate and delegate. There's certain, at that moment, I was thinking, man, I feel like I should just do this. I feel like I should just be the property manager, or self-manage these properties. But then I realized, like, no, I don't want any of that headache. I don't want any of that burden or worry. I don't want any of that nonsense. And and so it is all good, but it is one of those circumstances that you're like, man, all the other properties that we have out here that they're trying to rent out because it's the holiday season and so forth, their best efforts is just to drop the number of the rent each and every week until they get it rented out. And I'm like, oh God, I don't like that approach at all. But at the end of the day, it comes down to elevate and delegate, and where do you want to focus and place your energy, right? And if you want to grow something, scale something, you take that on yourself with an incredible team. But if you want to delegate and, you want to be able to have somebody else run it so that you don't need to worry about it, it can do, even 80% as good. That's good enough. And so that's kind of where we're at right now. The ADU construction did start on the 10th. They've been rocking and rolling. They've been clearing the property. They are, just getting ready to do foundation this week, which is exciting. Start pouring the concrete and get prepared for that. And then after that, we're going to jump into framing. So a lot of amazing things. Super excited for it. This is business isn't easy by any means. And so if you've been struggling this year, or other people that have been struggling this year, make sure that you are staying in the word and that you are counting on it to be able to deliver you from the BS and the craziness that's going on out there. And guys, all the fellas out there, make sure that you are blessing your woman on Christmas. This isn't a time, it's become so popular of like everybody's got to do gifts and toys and all these things. And while all that is great and amazing, it doesn't need to be necessarily always celebrated like that. It should be centered around God, around Jesus Christ. At the end of the day, remembering what he did for you and making sure that you glorify him for him being the savior that came down on earth for us. It's a very big deal. And so remembering the essence of why Christmas is Christmas, and then also deep diving into don't be cheap or frugal when you have a good woman next to you. Now, if you have somebody that's constantly asking, begging for all these things, then that's on you for overall choosing. But, communicate at the end of the day. Communicate, and make your significant other feel loved, adored, and really, I know a lot of people, and including myself in the past, Jen could have anything she wants at any given point, and a lot of people can feel that same way, so it's like, doesn't need anything else, but it really does come down to make them feel special, loved, and adored because you have the ability to do so. And if right now is a tight season, then create memories, like create memories, think of something, get creative, sit back and realize what can we do to make it memorable. Okay. So I do just want to emphasize that because there's a lot of guys out there that will write that stuff off or stay busy and say, she doesn't need another thing or jewelry or anything else. But I do encourage, like, pour into your woman. What else did I want to talk about? So the ADU project, it is going well. Spent a boatload of money already on the city fees, permits, all the things, probably about 150,000 into it. We have just starting the construction. In total, it's going to be about 700,000 for the construction, and we are about 150,000 into it already. And so things are moving along. We're excited to be able to get the foundation done and start getting some framing done. Like, all that's going to be incredible, and it's going to help out tremendously, and then start buttoning things up. So I believe it's going to move fairly quickly, but excited to say the very least. And right now, actually, I'm on a fast, which is fun. Doing a 7-day fast, and so we're at day 6 right now. And so it's one of those things, like, the more that I'm reading up on or seeing on social media, like the lies from the government with food, with 9/11, with all the conspiracy theories, that you come to find out, like, yeah, it's not really, I don't think it's really a conspiracy theory anymore. There's like real live evidence on a lot of this stuff, on the Holocaust, on the wars, on transgender, on the ideology of trying to confuse people, on all the wickedness that's out there. And it makes you kind of like, ugh, this is kind of crazy, right? And so doing a detox right now to, number one, try to shed off as much of that nasty stuff and make sure that, not eating like hell and treating your body as the main temple, right? But then also to consider all the craziness that's going on, like none of it matters because it's all about out of our control. No matter what you want, whether it's politics, whether it's the money, the power, the craziness that's going on, there's a certain degree like you'll never be able to beat it. You'll never be able to beat it. The stuff with Charlie Kirk, the stuff with Epstein files, like with them blacking out 500 pages, it's like you'll never be able to, even if we all come together, it makes it very, very difficult to overturn a lot of these things. And I know that's hard to say, and it's not a rally to just give up and lay down. You should always fight for it. I do believe that. But at the end of the day, like the only thing that's going to save you and I is the glory of God, like our true savior. And so I just want that to be, it's never a better time in history to like sit back and especially around the holidays, around Christmas, to glorify God, our savior, and just rejoice and understand like he is the one, he is the only, he's the creator of the universe and everything. Like, it's all the nonsense out there, pray for people, but at the end of the day, like know who you are and your identity in Christ. And I do believe that's going to, the truth will come to light, and the lies will be exposed. And I think there's a lot of power within that. But overall, there was a toy drive that we participated in the other day. Two of our good friends, a couple, Gio and Kirsten Gonzalez, the owners of Supreme Nutrition here in Carlsbad or Oceanside, California. They end up doing something amazing each and every year with a toy drive. And so we were blessed, to represent Credit Council Elite and give a portion of our, as we are a for-purpose business, we were able to give a portion of our money that comes in from Credit Council Elite over to donate a boatload of toys, put a lot of smiles on a lot of kids' faces for underprivileged, like kids that wouldn't have received a toy in general for the holidays. And it's something really special to me, and it's a full circle because I grew up the same exact way. I grew up around the holidays getting some toys from local schools and local churches. And so it's awesome to see the full circle of being able to do the same thing now and being able to pray with some of the kids, like seeing what they were doing there. And, we're really praying that there is not just revival, there is the truth getting exposed, and that there are like signs, wonders, and miracles taking place from that day that only God can get glorified for it and be able to show up to these kids and the families in tough moments, tough seasons, so that they can rejoice and know the truth. And so, anyway, I wanted to make this video, give you guys the holiday kind of spirit here and make sure I'm catching you up with all the fun, wild things that are going on here at Credit Council Elite within our real estate business, within our team, and some other things that were on my mind. I do want to let you know because this is the last, final week or so for the end of the year for 2025. How you got here isn't always the same exact way that you're going to get there. Okay? So for 2026, if 2025 wasn't your best year or there were a lot of learning curves, you keep the wins, you throw away the losses, but you acknowledge everything and you figure out how do I actually make the best out of 2026 to really make that your best year yet, then I encourage you to play full out. Like journal this stuff, especially during the down season or downtime during the holidays when you can rejoice with friends and family, you can be present, but you can also take an hour or two to focus on what do I need to do to position myself and prepare to make 2026 the best year yet. And so we've done that a couple weeks ago. We're going to do it again before the end of the year as well and just dial in some more things, but we're really locked in. And so I just encourage you, play the same way. Like focus on what is going to move the boat forward. How are we going to make sure we don't make the same mistakes again? How do we position ourselves to really be able to capitalize and be able to make a bigger, stronger impact? Like those are the things that matter. And so I didn't want to make this too long. I wanted to make it short, sweet, and something that you can enjoy going up to the holiday week here and enjoying your Christmas. But I'll let you guys know this, that because of the holiday toy drive and the breakthroughs that we saw and were inspired from our friends, Gio and Kirsten, I do want to give you guys an incredible discount and incredible opportunity within Credit Counts Elite. So if you guys are serious about Credit Counts Elite, if you want to learn how to get up to $500,000, be able to get rates as low as 0% and actually be able to repeat it every 6 months per person, there's tremendous opportunity with that. We have investment opportunities as well that you can invest with us in real estate, or we'll show you other opportunities where you can make a strong dividend, strong returns, and stuff that pays you out properly. So also to capitalize on more tax savings before the end of this year for 2025, then check out Credit Counts Elite. Like right now is the time. Get the rest of your write-offs and get the education that you need to truly succeed and make 2026 the best year yet. Now, I truly believe that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And here at Credit Counts Elite, we have a community of over 350 members. We've been doing this since 2017, might I add. We've helped out over 3,800, almost 4,000 at this point. And so it is a complete privilege, but I do encourage, like, stay in a circle, stay in a community that wants to see you win and thrive. We got amazing things coming up that you're not going to want to miss out on. Like I said, next month, you can, even if you're not a member, like, you can get a ticket to our virtual event. It is going to be epic. You're going to want to be there. Trust me. There's going to be prizes. There's going to be blessings. There's going to be a lot of knowledge, like a fire hose of knowledge, but it's going to be at the most affordable thing you could imagine. So this week, while you're enjoying your Christmas holidays with friends and family and you have a little bit of off time, book a call with us, with our team here at Credit Counts Elite. Learn how to talk to these banks. It comes down to these 3 things. I want to get the best approval odds, up to 90% approval odds, right? So that I'm not winging it and I'm not wasting time out there. I want to get the best terms and conditions, right? I want rates as low as 0%. I want the best perks, the best travel points. Like I want all of that because I can make my lifestyle better and I can save a ton of money. And then I also want the highest limits possible. The little dingy small limits, that's not going to serve us, right? So you want to get all 3 of those dialed in so that you can walk with confidence and boldness, learning how to talk to these banks properly. So I pray that that falls on you as well. We have a ton of knowledge with the community, accountability partner, member success manager, and myself to pour into you. And we have 29 employees to serve you to the best capacity. So I love you guys all so much. Enjoy your holiday season. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. God bless you guys. Enjoy it. And we'll see you guys next week. If you guys want to follow me as well, you can do so on Instagram. It's Brandon Elliott Investments. Otherwise, our business page is Credit Counsel Elite. And then if you haven't already subscribed to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, what are you waiting for? Do that right here. Do that right now. You'll get the newest notifications every single Monday when the new episode drops. Leave that 5-star review. If you've already listened to a few of those episodes, do that right now. Leave that 5-star review. Love all the feedback. You guys are amazing. Keep it coming. Share this out with somebody that needs to see it. And then check out creditcounselelite.com. That's creditcounselelite.com, where you can get on. You can simply watch a 5-10 minute video that explains more. Jump on a free webinar that we have every week, every Sunday. And then after that, you can book a call with either myself or somebody on our team to be able to serve you. So love you guys all so much. Enjoy your holiday season, and we'll see you next time. God bless.
This has been another episode of Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, brought to you by Brandon Elliott. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Thanks again for joining. Until next time, God bless.